Hello, everybody, and welcome to Enjoy English. I'm Shane.
Okay, I'm Bernice. Enjoy English.
Enjoy it. You have to enjoy it.
Yes.
You know what I do not enjoy? Fire.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Fire.
Oh, my gosh.
Fire is a mixed bag, we could say. It's a 有好有坏,
是
right? Fire can keep us warm. It can cook our food. It's a very, it's probably one of the most important things that ever happened to human civilization is our ability to use fire. But it comes at a cost. It is very dangerous. So today we are talking about the dangers of fire and how to protect yourself.
对啦，我们今天要讲的是火的负面的一个意义了。
That's right. So the subtitle here is Fires can happen quickly and cause a lot of destruction.
真的。
So destruction is, well, to destroy something means to break it or to damage it or to completely make it so it's not what it used to be.
这是真的。
So destruction is just like kind of like to make something
totally damaged.
totally, I like the word totally there, totally damaged.
Yeah,
Yes.
OK, 好的。所以我们今天的主题呢，生活快递的主题是要了解一下，有一个东西叫做火山脚。这个山是1、2、3的山，不是那个山。OK， 火山脚。OK， 然后这个救人保命更可靠。当然就是主要是要了解说这个火是很危险的，我们要怎么样保护自己。所以今天要教你的是保护自己，当发生火灾的时候要怎么样的去好好的这个保护住自己的生命。然后呢，就是说呢 ，fires 呢确实它很可能迅速的一下就发生，而且造成很大的损伤。
Yeah, they do. They're just like that, and there's fire, and then they cause lots of damage, lots of destruction. So we're going to talk all about that today and keep you safe. So let's get into today's lesson.
好的。
The dangers of fire and how to protect yourself. Fires are extremely dangerous and highly unpredictable. Once a small flame has started, it can rapidly grow into a large blaze in a matter of minutes. Fires can destroy buildings and forests and even take lives. That's why it is important for people to learn about what causes them. One widely used model for explaining how fires start is the fire triangle. This model shows that 3 elements are required for a fire to occur: heat, fuel, and oxygen. If one of these elements is missing, a fire cannot start. This simple idea helps us understand both how fires happen and how they can be put out. Each element of the fire triangle plays an important role. Heat, such as sparks, friction, or open flames, provides the energy needed to ignite the fire. Once ignited, the fire keeps producing heat, helping it spread and become more intense. Fuel is the material that can burn when heat and oxygen are present, including wood, paper, or gasoline. Oxygen, a gas in the air, allows the fire to continue burning. It reacts with the fuel and makes the fire hotter and brighter. Removing any of these elements will stop the fire.
Okay, let's get right into the article.
Okay.
Fires are extremely dangerous and highly unpredictable. That's true. I grew up, past tense.
Okay.
I grew up in a very dry climate, kind of a desert climate where I grew up in LA.
对。
Los Angeles is very dry. It has lots of wildfires.
这是真的。
And knowing, living in that kind of environment, you start to know how unpredictable and dangerous fires can really be.
对，所以因为 Shane 老师他本身就是这个出生在美国的 LA 这个地方是非常非常干燥的一个地方，所以那边常常会发生野火，有时候我们会在新闻上面看到这个一整片森林都着火了这样子，所以呢 他们会很知道说，哦，我们要怎么样保护自己，如果有火灾的发生。所以呢，火灾呢是 extremely dangerous， 非常非常的危险的，而且它是 highly 高度的，完全没有办法预测。我们知道这个 UN 就是否定的字 ，predict 就是预测，所以是没有办法预测，也就是你很难知道什么时候突然会有火灾这样子。
Right. Once a small flame has started, it can rapidly grow into a large blaze in a matter of minutes. Right? So a small flame. So when we look at a fire and you see lots of like whoo, 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 right? The whoo, one whoo is called a flame.
火焰啦，不是玩户。
One whoo. A
Okay.
flame is like one little like part of the fire.
对啦，就是你火烧起来的时候，那个这样子，这个火焰，我们就叫做 flame。
That's ooh.
Okay. So what is a matter of?
Oh, so in a matter of minutes means like in just minutes. And in a matter of minutes just means in this much time. In just, yeah.
Okay. 好。
That's probably easier to just translate that into Chinese.
对，所以变的 once 呢，就是一当怎么样？一当呢，只是一个小小的这样的一个火焰呢，已经开始燃烧了，已经开始的时候呢 ，it 当然就是指这个小小的火焰呢，就可能迅速的，就马上的怎么样蔓延 grow into 就开始长大了。长成怎么样 ？large blaze， 我们知道 blaze 就是大火了，OK， 它本身就是大火。In a matter of minutes， 我们讲的这边的 a matter of 就是指一些数个，好，所以那边是数分钟，也就是几分钟之内，这个就出现这样的一个大火了。
Right. Okay. Fires can destroy buildings and forests and even take lives. So we talked about destruction in the title or the subtitle.
Yeah.
And the verb was to destroy. So it just means to damage something very severely.
没错，所以刚刚老师解释的就是你会很严重的损毁某一样东西，所以他们就讲说这个火灾呢，它可以 destroy， 它可以摧毁，不管是我们的 buildings 啦，我们的这个建筑物啦，或者是森林啦，甚至呢也可以夺走我们的生命。
Okay. That's why it is important for people to learn about what causes them.
是。
Yeah. So, I mean, basically speaking, we have an idea of what causes fires because we humans often start fires, right?
Okay.
We're starting fires like, whether it's to cook food, you're going to start some fire. Or you can use smoking, but that's bad for you, so don't do that. But you might use a lighter or a match to start a fire. But it's still more complicated, the chemistry of it. So we're going to be learning in detail a little bit about what causes fires.
没错，所以他最后一句话就是说，所以呢，这件事情是非常的重要，尤其对我们人来说呢，要学习到底什么样的东西造成有这样的一些火灾的出现。
Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so you've probably seen this little thing that looks like this, and it's a triangle, and it talks about fires, right? So we're going to be talking about that. One widely used model for explaining how fires start is the fire triangle.
是的。
So it's kind of just a way for us to know this triangle, there's three things. Tri means three. So if you are on a bicycle, bi means two. If you put another wheel on your bicycle, now you have a
tricycle.
A tricycle. So it's the same with the angles. This is one angle. This is two angles, and this is three angles. We have three angles, which makes a triangle.
是的，老师解释很清楚。
Oh gosh, I'm so smart.
啊，对，它真的太 perfect 完美了。好啦，所以我们其中有一个 widely used， 就是广泛被我们大家来使用的一个 model， 一个模型呢，它其实就是用来解释说，到底呢这一个fire how fires start， 就是这些火灾呢是怎么样成型的。 还有呢，这个就是用来解释的，特别解释，那我们就把它称之为叫做 fire triangle， 就是中文就直接翻火三角。
Okay, let's learn about this model.
Okay.
This model shows that 3 elements are required for a fire to occur. Heat, fuel, and oxygen.
是
Yes, those three things together cause fire.
对，这3个原因通通都要有。
Put them together,
Yes.
we have fire.
是的，好的。
Yes.
所以这个 model 呢，大家知道它是一个 triangle 嘛，它是一个三角形，所以它就有3个很重要的要素。所以这样的一个模型呢，它就显现出来，表明说呢，有3个要素是一定被需要的 ，are required。那么才能够 for a fire to occur， 才能让这个火灾会开始发生 ，occur 就是 happen 的意思。
Happen
对，所以第一个就是要有热源，就是比如说像刚才讲，你是抽烟啦，还是煮东西啦，还是你这个点这个火柴啦，或
If
什么
you
的。
have a fireplace, does anybody have what was that called?
Fireplace， 对，就是放火炉。
Does anybody have that in Taiwan?
Yeah, 有啊。
Not very
Yeah.
many, though,
对，
because
不是很多啦。
everyone lives in apartments here. But
是。
I grew up in a house that had a fireplace, and we
Okay.
had to start the fire. We would put
有
wood in there.
壁
We'd
炉
use
这
a
样子。
match, and we would start the fire.
我
So
们只有 go camping 的时候才会有这种东西，
True.
对不对？对，平常在家里面谁会有一个 fireplace？
I have a fake one.
fake one，
Fake
fake one。
fireplace.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like digital, and it looks like flames are coming up. And it's where we put our TV. It's our TV stand has a fake fireplace on it. And it gives a lot of ambiance.
对啦，
A lot of
就是有一种氛围。
yeah, it's very comfortable at night to just watch the flames
OK
going.
OK，
Okay,
好的。
anyway.
好，所以呢，这3个要素很重要：热源、燃料跟氧气。
Right, so we know what oxygen is, right? So oxygen, like you said, is yang qi.
对。
And it's just what we're breathing in all the time, and that's what we really need to survive. We need a lot of oxygen as humans. But fires need them too.
Yes.
Okay, if one of these elements is missing, a fire cannot start. It's that simple. You
Okay.
need all 3 of these, mush them together, you have a fire. You take out one of these out of the triangle, take out one of these angles, one of these sides, however you want to say it, one of these things, without it, no fire.
对啦，所以这个句就直接告诉你，只要任何一个要素不见了、缺乏了，那你的火就没有办法燃烧起来了。
That's right. This simple idea helps us understand both how fires happen and how they can be put out. So to put out a fire means to make the fire stop burning.
没
To
错。
put something out. You can put out a cigarette too to make it stop burning. So to put out something that is burning means to make it stop burning.
没错，所以呢，他说这样子的一个非常简单的概念呢，就可以帮助我们去了解到呢，哦，原来火灾它的发生的成因是怎么样的，而且我们要怎么样的去把它 put out。put out 另外有一个字稍微难一点点，叫 extinguished。
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, extinguished.
You are a good, to extinguish, no ed. But extinguished,
Yeah, to be extinguished. Yeah.
ed, yes.
Yes,
Or
加
to
ed.
extinguish
对。
a fire. I extinguished the fire.
Yes.
Ed.
Yes.
Okay.
OK， 好，所以呢，这边就是说呢，你要换这个字也是可以，反正 put out 也好，或者 extinguish 这2个字都是表示扑灭的意思。
If you say extinguish the fire, the Native American speakers will look at you and be like,
啊
your English is
，It's very
amazing.
good. OK，
So learn that word.
对，
Yeah, okay. All right, let's take a short break. How
好的。
about that? Okay, so we've learned about the fire triangle, what's really important. So knowing what the fire triangle is, that can help us to either make a fire or knowing this fire triangle, how to put out a fire.
Yes.
So we add these elements together or we take them apart. We can either start or extinguish
Yes.
a fire.
Yes.
Okay, so continuing. Each element of the fire triangle plays an important role. Okay, so it's kind of like a performance of fire, if we look at it that way. And in this performance, we have 3 actors. And those 3 actors we know are heat, fuel, and oxygen. And they all play a very important role to make this fire happen.
没错，所以它的这一个段落一开始就讲这个火三角里面的3个要素，通通都发挥着重要的作用。
Okay, heat, such as sparks, friction, or open flames, provide the energy needed to ignite the fire. So a spark is kind of like when you put 2 things together. Like let's say we put together 2
wood.
Well, wood sometimes can make a spark, but stones together, or stones on some kind of thing, you can make a spark. A spark is just a little piece of like, looks like
小火花.
Yeah, okay. I guess we'll just use the Chinese. That makes it a lot easier than me trying to say what a spark is. But yeah, but we can also use this word spark in an interesting way if we add an LE to it, sparkle. And sparkle also has this concept of spark because something is like shine. It's kind of like,
闪亮亮, 闪耀耀.
And so a spark is kind of like that. And then of course an open flame, we talked about what a flame is. Now, an open flame just means a flame that is kind of not controlled. It's just kind of an open flame existing out there, not under the control of a human, but just out in the wild.
没错，所以他这边老师就解释了，其实呢，这个所谓提供这个燃点，我们刚刚讲的第一个就是这个热源嘛，哈，就你要有这个热源。那这个热源呢，其实就像刚才老师讲 ，spark 就是2个东西你互相摩擦的时候，它就会产生的。所以下面那个字 friction， 它其实本身就是有摩擦的意思，或者是呢 open flame， 就刚刚老师讲，它是没有办法放在一个控制的地方的。比如说，可能你抽烟，你那个 lighter 对不对？点起来，或者是这个 candle，OK，、你用蜡烛那个蜡烛的那个火，他们都叫 open flame， 所以我们中文就翻成所谓的明火这样子哈。就这3样东西呢，都可能会提供一些所谓的能量。那这些能量呢是被需要的，那你才能够怎么样呢 ？ignite 就是 start a fire。Right， 对，就是点燃。
To ignite something means to start basically a fire, to ignite, right? Okay, once ignited, the fire keeps producing heat, helping it spread and become more intense. When we say something is intense, we mean that it increases in degree or gets stronger. So something that is intense, it's very strong.
没错
It's to a very high degree.
没错，就像老师刚才讲，这个 intense 当形容词的意思，就是让这个火呢越发的强烈了哈。所以他这边就讲说呢，一旦你的这个刚才我们讲的这些东西它被点燃了，那你的那个 fire， 你的这个火焰呢就会持续的producing heat， 会持续不断的产生这样的一些热量，这些热能。那这些热能呢，就有助于呢，这样子刚才的火呢，就变成 spread， 开始要整个蔓延出去了，而且还会变得更加的猛烈。
Right. Okay. Fuel is the material that can burn when heat and oxygen are present, including wood, paper, or gasoline.
Yes.
Oh, so gasoline, we know commonly we call this gas when we're talking about automobiles, such as a car or your scooter or motorcycle or something. This is a fuel that we use, which we call a fossil fuel.
Yes. 化石燃料.
Exactly. That is used to produce or provide energy to something.
Yes.
Right.
OK， 好的，所以呢，这个句子就是说呢，燃料这样的一个东西呢，那它就是一种 material， 它是这样的一种材质。那怎么样的一个材质呢？怎么样的一个物质呢？就是它可以 burn， 它本身也是会燃烧的。尤其是像刚才我们讲的那2个重点，就是那个 heat 热源跟它的氧气呢，通通都出现了。这边的 present 就是指它都显现出来，它们都存在了。好，就是你又有热源的时候，又有这个 oxygen 的时候，那这时候加上了 fuel 之后呢，这些包含哪些东西呢？比如说像是你的 wood 有木头类的、木材类的、纸张类的，或者是汽油类的，这些东西呢，又可以让它再燃烧起来了。
Or hair.
哦，对了，头发也可以。
Hair can catch on fire. That's
对
scary when that
所以有时候
happens.
我们要那个 camping 的时候要
You gotta be
弄
careful.
火，你也是用一些木头啊、纸张。
Okay. Oxygen, a gas in the air, allows the fire to continue burning. So this is the third part of our triangle.
是的。
Oxygen. And so oxygen is just, it's a gas, right? And a gas just means we have solids, like your head is very
Yeah.
solid. We have liquids, like maybe I'll have some
coffee,
some coffee. Let me have a
water,
sip of my liquid coffee. Here we go.
好的。
That's a liquid. And,
Yes.
and wait, that was a gas.
Yes.
So now I told you. So this solid inside is a liquid, and I burped. That was gas
Gas.
coming out of me.
Okay.
Yes.
好的，老师解释的非常的清楚了。好了，接下来我们就讲到 triangle 的另外一个 element 就是氧气了。他说氧气呢，当然就是我们大家都知道是空中里面的空气之中的一种气体，那它就可以让这个火势呢可以 continue burning 持续不断的燃烧 ，continue 后面记得加 ing。
Okay.
OK，
Great. It reacts with the fuel, oxygen we're talking about.
Yeah.
Reacts with the fuel and makes the fire hotter and brighter. So these things react, the oxygen with the fuel, and then that really just fuels the fire and makes the fire get hotter, get brighter.
是的，所以这边的 it 指的就是刚才讲的 oxygen， 就是这个氧气啦。当这个氧气呢跟你的刚才的这些燃料，什么木材啦、纸张啦，两个彼此产生反应的时候呢，这时候就会让你的火变得更热，而且非常的炙热明亮。
Yeah, now it's just blazing. Remember we said a blaze
对，本来
means
是
like a
名
big
词是
fire.
大火。
Now we made it into a verb. It's
Yes.
blazing, to blaze. So a fire, you could say the fire is blazing hot.
Blazing hot.
Blazing hot. Okay. Removing any of these elements will stop the fire. So take one of these elements out, fire, bye-bye.
是的，这边讲得很清楚 ，remove 就是把它移除掉啦，所以要用 take away、take out， 好，都可以 get rid of，
Get rid of，
都可以
yeah, like it.
any of these elements， 你把这些里面任何一个要素呢去除掉，那么你的火势就会熄灭了。
Excellent. Okay, well, this is day one,
是的。
of course, of the dangers of fires and how to protect yourself. So we're going to learn a little bit more about this in day two. So
是的。
make sure that you join us. This is not
一
the
定要。
end, okay? We will see you next time.
OK，
Bye-bye.